I talked about this before. I tried my best to get an apology out of Paul Keogh. He's the former Minister for Defence. He's TD for Wexford. And I say to Wexford people from Wexford, not to vote him in the next election, to show disrespect he's shown to a veteran. And he still hasn't apologised. Simple as that. If he had apologised, I'd drop it. I suppose I'd drop it. I'd say, fair enough if he apologised. If he releases a letter or releases a statement saying, I apologise unresolvedly, as they often say to politicians. But again, he didn't apologise. If that was me, at least I have the decency. At least I take my pride out of it. Because again, he said what he said to a veteran, telling him to get off social media, demanding him, more or less intimidating him to get off social media, is a joke and shouldn't be tolerated. Because again, how dare he say to an Irish citizen to get off, and to anybody, how dare a politician say to get off social media, and then he won't reply to me when I want him to reply. He refuses. I sent an email off. I sent an email off to Fine Gael. I sent it off to Leo Varadkar. Haven't heard one word. 3 days ago, sent it off to Leo Varadkar. In fairness, it was 2 days now since I sent it to Paul. Maybe he hasn't seen it. But again, I've been trying to get into contact with him on Twitter for the last week. Hasn't bothered his ass to respond. So we say to Paul, are you going to answer me? Because again, the mainstream media don't give a damn about it. I don't think. I haven't heard any mainstream media talk about it. But I'm saying to you, the people who are watching me now, to do me a favour, to do what's right, to do the right thing, and say to Paul, email Paul, and say to him, apologise, man up, apologise. Simple as that. It's only apology. To apologise and to say to this veteran, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said what I said. Again, it's a bit of manners, it's a bit of respect. That's all the army are looking for. And again, this is a former minister, and how dare he say it first of all to a veteran. And you can say that I'm very ways about it. I am very ways, because how dare he say it? How dare he? And the reason how he won't apologise, I'm looking to him to say something to me. He won't give me an answer. And then when somebody's looking for an answer, he randomly goes after people that are not looking for answers of him. And then he goes out, then he won't talk to me about it. But I'm saying to Paul, I say to people, to email Paul, to email Fine Gael, to email Leo Varadkar, annoy them, know your local Fine Gael. I'm going to contact my few county councillors in Cavan who are Fine Gael politicians. Just to annoy them, to try and get something, to try and annoy Fine Gael a bit about it, because I want an apology. I might say straight, if he said it to me, God knows it will go to the end of the yard. If he says something to me, I basically will go, I would literally, looking at if there's not a pandemic going on, I go down to his office and I go face to face to him and I say, what are you saying, Paul? And I bring a camera in and everything, I will ask him questions. More or less, he probably win the cards or whatever. But, again, it's the question, he shouldn't have said it. If this was anything else, I wouldn't, again, this man who he said it to, he used to serve in the Irish Defence Forces. He served his life in the Defence Forces. He put himself at risk. Paul's sitting in an office. He's talking rubbish. He's actually talking so much rubbish. I don't think he understands that he understands the Defence Force. I think him and Owen Foley are living in a fantasy world. Because, it's a disgrace. It is a disgrace. How dare a politician say that to a veteran who has served his life in the Defence Force and is fighting for better pay and conditions for a soldier? That's very noble. In my opinion, that's extremely noble of a former soldier to do. To fight for people that are in the Defence Force now, fight for pay and conditions, and fight for the veterans to get them better conditions too. As we know, the Defence Forces are ruined. He ruined I might just say straight to you, Paul, you did nothing to help the Defence Forces. And that's no offence. Maybe you didn't know how to do something. Because I don't know, do you have a degree in defence and strategy or whatever? I don't know, do you? I know there's a TD for Kildare South. He's a former Army Ranger. He would have a better idea, I'm sure. But I don't know, did Paul ever do a day's military service? Just a question, Paul, because I don't know. Did you? And again, I've been asking. Again, I didn't watch it. I was very fair. I done a video on Twitter about a week ago. I said to you, Paul, very kindly, please, will you please just give us some clarity on what you're thinking, or what's happening, or why did you do this? That's all I asked, and I asked very nicely to Twitter. I said, please, Paul, I begged you. I said nicely to you. I didn't shout at you, I didn't say anything bad about you. I said, maybe this was a misunderstanding, and if you can clarify this. And I'm sure you've probably seen the video. I tagged you in it, I tagged you 4 times in it. And you haven't responded. And again, I was very nice, I was very decent with you. But decency's gone out the window now, because this is after New Year's, and it's taken, and I have to waste an extreme amount of time on having to email everybody. I have to go now and email 3 county councils about this to try and see can I get some kind of action done about it and see can I get some kind of response from Fine Gael or something like that, because I haven't got anything for it. And again, it's wasting my time and it's wasting everybody else's time having to run around trying to get an apology for you that you shouldn't have said it. You should have apologised straight away. The next day you should have come out with an apology. It's just again, Paul, it's a bit of respect, a bit of manners. Again, this is all I want, a bit of manners from you. It's that your elected representative, you and I, the people, everybody on the street here, everybody like this soldier, he pays his taxes, he pays his wages. It goes towards your back pocket. We pay your wages. In other words, the people of Wexford, again, so many people I've seen on the internet saying about you, Paul, and they said they won't elect you again. We'll never elect you again. We'll never vote you in again because of what you said. Because again, it caused so much offence. And I don't know, do you realise that? Because again, you and Normophobia taking down a fantasy world. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say, Paul. I'm not bullying or anything like that. I'm just putting it straight to you. Because again, I've been fair. I have to say, I was very fair. Many people were in uproar about it. People were absolutely livid about what you said. And I was very fair. I was very fair with you in the other videos before. I asked you nicely. Again, nicely's gone out the window. Because again, you haven't been courtesy. I give you courtesy. I give you time to respond. You haven't. So, again, this is why I make my video. So I say to people to contact the local TDs who are Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil and tell them what this man has done to this ex-veteran. And say to even email Fine Gael, email him himself, or I'd email Leo Fark and try and get something done about this. Thank you.